The human ship. Starlight moved slowly through the dark space near an unknown star system. Captain Laura Wilson stood on the bridge looking at the strange readings on the main screen. Her crew worked quietly around her, checking systems and monitoring. "Sensors, Captain. We picked up a signal from the third planet," said Diane, the communications officer. "It seems artificial, but not like anything in our database." Laura moved closer to look at the signal pattern. It pulsed in an odd rhythm that seemed almost musical. Could it be a distress call or just background noise? Hard to tell. Diane adjusted some settings, but it repeats too perfectly to be random. Laura considered her options. The Starlight was on a 5-year mission to explore this sector of space. They had found many planets but no intelligent life yet. This could be their first contact or just another false alarm. "Prepare a scout ship," she ordered. "We need to check this out." Megan Taylor, Chief Scout Officer, heard the announcement and rushed to prepare her gear. She had waited her whole life for a moment like this. After years of training and months in deep space, she might be the first human to meet aliens. The scout ship bay buzzed with activity as technicians loaded equipment and ran final checks. Megan chose her best team members, Kate and Olivia. Both women had proven themselves reliable in dangerous situations. "Remember the protocols," Laura told them before they departed. "Observe first contact only if necessary. No weapons unless your lives are in danger." Megan nodded. "We understand, Captain. Safety first, curiosity second." The scout ship separated from the Starlight and descended toward the planet. The journey took 3 hours. As they approached, Megan saw a world of purple oceans and green landmasses. Clouds swirled in patterns unlike Earth's. "Atmosphere analysis shows oxygen, nitrogen, and some gases we don't recognize," Kate reported, "but the mix should be breathable for short periods." They landed in a clearing surrounded by strange trees with spiral trunks and leaves that changed color as they watched. The gravity felt slightly stronger than Earth's, but manageable. Megan stepped out first, wearing a light environmental suit. The air smelled sweet, like cinnamon mixed with something metallic. She took samples while Kate set up a perimeter scanner. "The signal is coming from that direction." Olivia pointed to a range of hills about 2 miles away. "It's stronger now. We should reach it before Ager or dark." Megan checked her equipment. "Stay alert and record everything." They walked through a forest of twisted trees and plants that seemed to follow their movements. Some flowers closed when the humans approached, while others opened, releasing puffs of golden pollen that floated in the air. "This whole ecosystem seems aware of us," Kate noted as she collected samples. "Look how everything reacts to our presence." After an hour of hiking, they reached a clearing where the ground changed from soil to something that looked like polished stone. Geometric patterns covered the surface, glowing faintly with blue light. "This is artificial." Megan touched the surface, feeling a slight vibration. "Someone built this." The signal led them to a structure that rose from the ground like a crystal growing from rock. It had no visible doors or windows, just smooth surfaces that reflected the surroundings. Suddenly, the ground trembled. A section of the crystal structure slid open, revealing a dark passage. "Should we go in?" asked Olivia, her voice tense. Megan checked her scanner. "The signal is definitely coming from inside. We came this far." They entered cautiously. The passage lit up as they walked, revealing walls covered with symbols that looked like flowing water frozen in time. The air inside felt cooler and the sweet smell grew stronger. The passage opened into a circular chamber where light danced across the walls, changing colors in rhythm with the signal they had been following. The floor had a large symbol etched into it, a spiral surrounded by smaller circles. "It looks like a map, maybe." Kate studied it, or some kind of calendar. A sound like chimes filled the room. Megan turned quickly and found herself facing something unexpected. A small figure no taller than a child stood in another doorway. It had blue skin, 4 arms, and large golden eyes that blinked rapidly. The being made chirping sounds and stepped closer. It wore simple clothes made of shimmering material and carried no visible weapons. Its head had no hair, but intricate patterns marked its skin. "Hello?" Megan said softly, kneeling down to appear less threatening. We come in peace. The small alien tilted its head, studying them. Then it made more chirping sounds and gestured for them to follow. It seemed excited rather than afraid. What should we do? Olivia whispered. Follow but stay alert. Megan decided. It doesn't seem dangerous. They followed the small alien through more passages. Each room they passed showed signs of advanced technology screens with moving symbols, devices that hummed with energy plants growing in ways that defied gravity. The alien led them to a larger chamber where several more of its kind worked at various stations. When they entered, everyone stopped and stared. The small alien chirped loudly, pointing at the humans. An older-looking alien stepped forward. This one had deeper blue skin and wore more elaborate clothes. It carried a device that it pointed toward them. Maybe we should leave, Kate suggested, backing up slightly. Before they could move, the device lit up and projected a field of light around them. For a moment, Megan felt a tingling sensation. Then the older alien spoke, and somehow they understood. Visitors from beyond, who are you and why have you come to our world? Megan stepped forward. We are humans from planet Earth. We detected your signal and came to investigate. We mean no harm. The alien considered this. The signal was not meant for outsiders. It is our beacon, for those who travel from our colonies. But your arrival is interesting nonetheless. I am Alara, guardian of this outpost. This is an outpost. Megan looked around. You mean there are more of you elsewhere? Many more. Alara confirmed. This is just a research station. Our main settlement lies beyond the mountains. We study the plants and animals of this world. We do similar work, Megan explained. We explore space to learn about other worlds and maybe find others like us. Alara's eyes blinked, in a pattern that might have been surprise. You travel between stars, yet you look so much like the primitive species of this planet. How curious. The small alien who had led them chirped excitedly, tugging at Alara's clothes. Yes, Tala. I see. Alara nodded. My young one says you have kind eyes. She wants to show you our gardens. We would be honored. Megan smiled at the small alien Tala, who bounced happily. As they followed Tala toward another passage, Megan sent a quick message to the starlight. Captain, we've made contact. Peaceful so far. We'll update soon. She felt a mixture of excitement and caution. The aliens seemed friendly, but this was just the beginning of what could be humanity's most important encounter. Tala led the humans through a series of passages that sloped gently downward. The walls changed from crystal to something that looked like living plant material. It glowed with soft blue light that pulsed slowly. Our biology is different from yours, Alara explained, walking beside Megan. We share consciousness with certain plants of this world. They provide light, energy, and protection. You communicate with plants? Kate asked, recording everything with her wrist device. More than communicate. We grow together. Alara touched the wall and it brightened in response. Your separation from your world's life forms is strange to us. They emerged into an enormous cavern filled with gardens unlike anything the humans had ever seen. Plants of all colors grew in spiraling patterns. Some floated in midair while others climbed along invisible paths. Water flowed upward in thin streams before spreading out like upside-down waterfalls. Tala chirped excitedly, running ahead. She stopped at a cluster of flowers that changed color as she approached. The flowers seemed to sing a gentle melody that made the humans feel strangely peaceful. Our harmony gardens. Alara gestured around. We cultivate the emotional resonance of plants. Each species creates different feelings. These help us maintain balance in our communities. Other aliens worked among the plants. Some had skin in different shades of blue and purple. They looked up curiously but continued their tasks. How many of you live here? Megan asked. This outpost houses 50 researchers and their families. Alara led them along a path where the plants parted as they approached. Our main settlement has thousands. Our species, the Zintari, have lived on this world for many cycles of the star. Olivia stopped suddenly, pointing ahead. Look at that. In the center of the garden stood a massive tree. Its trunk spiraled upward, branching into thousands of smaller limbs, each covered with leaves that shimmered like metal. The tree's roots spread outward, forming a complex pattern on the ground. The elder tree, Ilara's voice filled with respect. It holds the memories of our ancestors. We come here to learn from those who lived before. Tala ran to the tree, placing her small hand on its trunk. She chirped softly, and the tree's leaves rustled in response, though no wind blew in the underground chamber. Can we? Megan gestured toward the tree. You may observe, but not touch. Ilara said, Your minds are different. It might overwhelm you. As they watched Tala at the tree, a loud alarm suddenly echoed through the cavern. The peaceful atmosphere shattered as aliens rushed in all directions. Ilara's posture changed instantly, her forearms stiffening. What's happening? Megan asked, reaching for her scanner. Tunnel collapse in the lower sectors. Ilara's eyes darted to various displays that appeared in the air around them. Many researchers are trapped, including my mate. We can help, Megan offered. Kate has engineering experience. Ilara hesitated for only a moment. Follow me quickly. They rushed through more passages, descending deeper into the complex. The plant lights pulsed red, now marking their path. Tala tried to follow, but Ilara sent her back with firm chirps. She wants to help, but it's too dangerous, Ilara explained as they ran. She's young and impulsive. They reached a section where several aliens worked frantically at a wall of fallen rock and twisted metal. A cloud of dust filled the air, making it hard to breathe. The research chamber collapsed. An alien with lighter blue skin reported. 7 researchers inside, including Chief Scientist Nara. My mate. Ilara touched the blocked passage, her hands trembling slightly. Our sensors detect life, but the oxygen will not last long. Kate examined the collapse. The support structure is compromised. We need to stabilize it before removing debris, or everything might come down. Ilara nodded. We have reinforcement fields, but not enough power to cover the entire area. We can use the scout ship's portable generator, Olivia suggested. I can bring it here quickly. Go. Megan agreed. Kate and I will help plan the rescue. While Olivia ran back to their ship, Kate worked with the aliens, designing a way to shore up the passage. Megan helped move smaller debris, searching for any opening. Wait, she called after 20 minutes of work. I feel air movement here. Everyone gathered around a small gap in the debris. Megan shined her light through, but couldn't see far. It's too small for any of us, Ilara said, her voice tight with worry. Suddenly, chirping sounds came from behind them. Tala had returned despite being told to stay away. She pushed through the crowd of adults, pointing at the small opening, and then at herself. No, Ilara grabbed her. Too dangerous. Megan understood what Tala suggested. She's small enough to fit through. She wants to help. She's just a child, Ilara protested. A child who might save lives. Megan said gently. We'll guide her. I'll talk her through every step. After a tense moment, Ilara reluctantly agreed. They equipped Tala with a light and a small oxygen mask Kate had brought. Megan showed her how to use them. Just go through. Look around and come back, Megan explained slowly, making sure Tala understood. Don't try to move anything, just tell us what you see. Tala nodded, her golden eyes determined. She slipped into the opening, moving carefully through the debris. Everyone waited anxiously, Ilara holding onto Megan's arm with 2 of her hands. Minutes passed. Then Tala's chirping voice came through the gap. She sounded excited. She found them, Ilara translated, listening carefully. They're alive but trapped behind more fallen rocks. There's a larger space beyond this first collapse. When Tala returned. She was covered in dust but unharmed. She drew patterns on the ground showing the layout of the space beyond. The aliens understood immediately, changing their rescue plan. Olivia returned with the generator. They connected it to the alien technology, creating a field that stabilized the damaged section. Then they began removing debris in a specific pattern, following Tala's map. After 3 hours of careful work, They created an opening large enough for adults to pass through. Rescue teams rushed in bringing medical equipment and support devices. Megan watched as 7 aliens were carried out. Some had injuries, but all were alive thanks to air pockets that had formed during the collapse. The last one brought out was Nara, Ilara's mate. Her deep purple skin was pale, but she was conscious. The reunion between Ilara, Nara, and Tala brought tears to Megan's eyes. The family embraced with all 12 of their arms intertwined. Tala chirped happily, bouncing between her parents. "Your child saved them," Megan told Ilara. "She's very brave." "Yes," Ilara agreed, stroking Tala's head. "But without your help and technology, we might have lost them all." Nara approached Megan weakly, supported by 2 other aliens. "You are the outsiders, Tala. Told me about you helped when you could have simply observed. Our people will remember this." Later, as the injured were taken to healing chambers, Ilara invited the humans to rest in guest quarters. They were given food that had been specially analyzed to be compatible with human biology. "Your actions today have earned our trust," Ilara told them. "Few species would risk themselves for strangers. It's what we do." Megan said simply, "Help when needed, ask questions later." An interesting philosophy. Ilara seemed thoughtful. "Tomorrow, when you are rested, I will take you to our council. There is much to discuss, including why your arrival coincides with recent anomalies we've detected." "Anomalies?" Kate asked. "What kind?" "Disturbances in the space surrounding our system," Ilara explained. "Energy patterns that match nothing in our records. They began shortly before your arrival. We detected nothing unusual." Megan frowned. "Could it be natural phenomena?" "Perhaps." Ilara didn't sound convinced. "Rest now, tomorrow will bring answers." As the humans settled into the comfortable quarters provided for them, Megan couldn't help feeling that their discovery of the Zintari was just the beginning of something much larger, something that might change human history forever. "Do you think we can trust them?" Olivia whispered as they checked their equipment. "They saved our lives. We saved theirs." Megan replied, "That's a good start, but keep alert. These anomalies Ilara mentioned worry me." "Me too." Kate nodded. "Nothing in our scans showed anything unusual in the system." Megan looked out through a crystal window at the alien landscape, now bathed in the light of 3 moons. "Whatever it is, we'll face it together, humans and Zintari." She sent another message to the Starlight updating Captain Laura on everything that had happened. The response came quickly. "Proceed with caution. We're detecting unusual energy readings at the edge of the system. We'll investigate and stand by." Something was happening. Beyond their understanding, Megan felt it. But for now, they had made new friends, and that counted for something in this vast universe. Megan woke to soft chiming sounds coming from the walls. The living material of the Zintari structure glowed with morning light, creating patterns that moved slowly across the floor. She checked her communicator and found a message from Captain Laura. "Energy readings increasing at system edge. Sending second scout ship to investigate. Stay alert, but continued diplomatic efforts." Kate and Olivia were already awake, examining the food the Zintari had provided overnight. Strange fruits with spiral patterns and something that looked like bread but shifted colors as it cooled. "Analysis shows it's compatible with our digestion." Kate said, "High protein content. Unusual minerals, but nothing toxic." Megan tried a piece of the bread. It tasted like honey and mint, a strange but pleasant combination. As they ate, Ilara arrived with Tala bouncing alongside her. The child seemed even more energetic than yesterday. "The council awaits your presence," Ilara announced. "They are eager to meet the humans who helped save our researchers." "We're ready." Megan gathered her recording equipment. "Will Nara be there?" "Yes, she has recovered quickly. Our healing techniques are quite advanced." Ilara led them through corridors that seemed different from yesterday. The structure rearranges itself daily based on need and energy patterns. Your entire building is alive, Olivia asked, fascinated. In a way, Alara touched the wall affectionately. It responds to our collective thoughts, a reflection of our harmony. They emerged into sunlight for the first time since arriving. The Zintari settlement spread before them much larger than they had imagined. Crystal structures rose from the ground, connecting to each other with bridges made of the same living material. As the interior walls, gardens filled every available space, creating a city that seemed to grow, rather than being built. Tala ran ahead, chirping to other children who played in a courtyard. Their games involved moving light patterns with their hands, creating complex designs in the air. The council chamber stood at the center of the settlement, a dome that reflected the sky above, making it almost invisible until they were close enough to touch it. Inside, 12 elder Zintari sat in a circle. Their skin showed darker blues and purples marked with intricate patterns that glowed softly. Approach visitors from Earth. The eldest spoke, her voice somehow reaching them without seeming loud. We are the Council of Harmony, guardians of Zintari knowledge and traditions. Megan stepped forward, bowing slightly as Alara had instructed. We thank you for your welcome. We come in peace, seeking knowledge and friendship, so we have heard. The elder's eyes studied them carefully. You helped during our crisis. Without hesitation, such actions speak louder than words. Another council member leaned forward. But we must ask why your arrival coincides with the disturbances at the edge of our system. We know nothing of these disturbances, Megan explained. Our ship detected your beacon signal, and we came to investigate. That is our mission, to explore and make peaceful contact. The council members communicated with each other through a series of chirps and hand gestures. Finally, the eldest spoke again. Believe you, your life energy shows truth. But the coincidence troubles us. The anomalies grow stronger each day. Nara stepped forward from a side entrance. She looked fully recovered. Honorable Council, I have analyzed the data. The energy signature is unlike anything in our records, but it contains patterns similar to ancient warnings. Ancient warnings? Megan asked. What kind of warnings? The council seemed reluctant to explain, but Nara continued. Long ago, before we settled this world, our ancestors encountered another species. They called themselves the Void Hunters, a race that consumed resources and moved on, leaving dead worlds behind. Our ancestors escaped their notice. Another council member added, We have lived in peaceful isolation since then, observing but rarely contacting other species. You think these Void Hunters have returned? Kate asked. We cannot be certain. Nara brought up a display showing energy patterns, but these readings match descriptions in our oldest records. Megan shared a concerned look with her teammates. Our captain mentioned detecting unusual energy at the system edge. They're investigating now. The council chamber fell silent. Then Tala, who had been sitting quietly beside Alara, suddenly stood and walked to the center of the room. She began a series of movements, her small body creating patterns in the air that the adults watched with increasing surprise. What is she doing? Olivia whispered to Alara. The prophecy dance. Alara's voice showed worry. An ancient tradition. Only those with the seeing gift can perform it. Tala has never shown such abilities before. When Tala finished, she collapsed. Alara rushed forward, catching her. The council members chirped urgently to each other. What did she show? Megan asked, helping Alara support the exhausted child. The eldest council member's voice trembled slightly. The joining of paths. The ancient texts speak of a time when different species would stand together against the darkness. She has shown you humans fighting alongside Zintari. Fighting. Megan felt a chill. Against these Void Hunters. Perhaps. The elder stood. We must consult the elder tree. Bring your communications device. We should contact your ship before they could. Leave the chamber. Alarm sounded throughout the settlement. The same alerts they had heard during the tunnel collapse, but louder. More urgent. Zintari rushed into the chamber. Multiple objects entering atmosphere. Energy signatures unknown approach. Vectors suggest deliberate targeting. It seems, the council elder said grimly, that discussion time has ended. The next hours passed in a blur of activity. The Zintari settlement transformed defensive systems emerging from hidden places, shields. Activating over vulnerable areas, Megan contacted the Starlight, warning them of possible hostile forces. The second scout ship went dark an hour ago. Captain Laura reported, her face grim on the small screen. We've detected multiple craft entering, the system moving to defensive posture but remaining in orbit for now. These might be the Void Hunters from Zintari history, Megan explained quickly. Ancient enemies they thought long gone. Understood. Prepare for extraction if needed. But extraction soon became impossible. The objects entering atmosphere created interference, blocking communications and transport signals. The humans were stranded with their new allies. Alara led them to a command center, where Zintari tracked the approaching craft. 7 vessels' landing pattern suggests they're surrounding our settlement. Nara reported, design matches nothing in our records, but energy signature corresponds to historical accounts of Void Hunters. What are your defensive capabilities? Kate asked. Limited. Alara admitted, we are researchers, not warriors. Our shields can withstand some attacks, but not sustained bombardment. Megan thought quickly. Maybe they don't know we're here. The Starlight is hidden in orbit. If these hunters are after the Zintari, we might provide an unexpected element. What do you suggest? The council elder asked. Let us take our scout ship. We can observe their landing approach from a different angle. Maybe find a weakness. After brief discussion, the council agreed. Megan, Kate and Olivia rushed to their scout ship, which had been moved inside a protective hangar. Tala followed them, chirping urgently. She wants to come with you, Ilara translated, arriving behind her daughter. She believes her visions can help. It's too dangerous, Megan objected. The council believes her seeing gift is genuine, Alara said reluctantly, and she can operate Zintari technology that might help you. I cannot force this choice, but the council requests you consider it. Megan looked at the small alien child whose golden eyes showed determination beyond her years. If you come, you must obey every instruction instantly. Do you understand? Tala nodded solemnly. Fine. Megan helped her aboard. But she stays strapped in at all times. They launched through a concealed exit, flying low over the landscape to avoid detection. 7 black vessels had landed in a precise circle around the Zintari settlement. Each looked like a jagged spike driven into the ground, dark energy pulsing around them. No visible weapons, Olivia reported, scanning the ships. But those energy fields are like nothing I've seen before. Look. Kate pointed to figures emerging from one ship. First contact. The creatures that emerged walked on 2 legs, but their bodies seemed wrong somehow, as if the physical form was merely a container for something else. Their surface shifted constantly, like oil on water, reflecting nothing. They're not solid, Megan realized. At least not entirely. Tala chirped softly from her seat, her small fingers working on a Zintari device she had brought. The screen showed readings that meant nothing to the humans. What is she saying? Megan asked. Kate, who had spent most time with the translation device, tried to interpret something about hunger and emptiness. These creatures, she says, they consume energy, not just resources. They feed on the life force of planets. That's why they're called Void Hunters, Olivia whispered. They leave nothing behind. Tala chirped more urgently, pointing at the screen. The device showed energy flows throughout the planet's surface, all connecting to the elder tree in the Zintari settlement. They're after the tree, Megan realized. It must contain massive energy. Tala nodded vigorously. We need to warn the settlement. Kate turned the ship back toward the Zintari home. As they approached, Megan saw energy beams connecting all 7 Void Hunter ships, creating a circle around the settlement. The beams dug into the ground, forming a pattern. They're creating some kind of extraction field, Olivia reported, energy levels rising. The council chamber had transformed into a war room. Zintari moved purposefully between stations, monitoring defenses and coordinating evacuations. The elder tree at the center of the settlement glowed brightly, its energy patterns shifting rapidly. Void hunters seek the tree's energy, the council elder explained. It contains the collected life force of our people for thousands of years. Can you move it? Kate asked. It is not just a tree, Nara explained. It is connected to the planet itself. Moving it would destroy both. Megan studied the displays showing the hunters' positions. They had reformed their circle and were advancing slowly, breaking through outer defenses. What's your plan? She asked. The elder gestured to a complex device, being assembled near the tree. We will channel the tree's energy through our people. Every Zintari can hold a portion, then we scatter to our hidden outposts across the planet. You're abandoning your home. Olivia sounded shocked. We are preserving our essence, Ilara corrected. Structures can be rebuilt. Knowledge once lost remains lost. What about us? Megan asked. And our ship in orbit? We cannot contact them through the hunter's interference, Nara said, checking readings. But we have a plan for that too. Before she could explain, the settlement shuddered. Energy blasts struck the outer shields, causing them to flicker. The hunters had begun their final assault. No more time for discussion. The elder announced, "Begin the transfer." Zintari gathered around the elder tree, forming concentric circles. Their forearms linked, creating chains of connection. The tree's glow intensified, flowing into the assembled aliens. Each Zintari's skin began to shine with internal light. Tala stood with the children in the innermost circle. Her small body trembled as energy flowed into her. The children? Megan asked, concerned. They receive less but must carry some. Ilara explained, joining the circle. They are our future. The transfer continued as the settlement defenses weakened. Sections of the outer structures began to collapse as hunter energy weapons found their targets. What can we do? Megan asked, feeling helpless. Nara approached, carrying 3 devices. These are personal shields. Take them. They will hide you from hunter senses. Tala will guide you to an underground hangar where we keep an old spacecraft. It predates our settlement here. You want us to escape? Kate realized. More than escape, the elder said between concentrated breaths as energy flowed through her. The hunters will follow the tree's energy, pursuing our people across the planet, but they may have larger plans. The ship contains star charts and data about our encounters with them centuries ago. This knowledge must reach other worlds. We'll take it to Earth, Megan promised. Warn our people, and others. The elder fixed her with an intense stare. Your species is young, but you travel between stars. You must spread the warning. The hunters will not stop with this world. Another blast rocked the chamber. Parts of the ceiling fell. Dust filled the air. The transfer process accelerated. Zintari now glowing brightly throughout. Ilara. Megan called, seeing her friend's body almost transparent with flowing energy. Take care of Tala. Ilara's voice sounded distant. She must go with you. Her visions show her path lies with humans now. What? No. I can't take your child. You must, Ilara insisted. She carries something special, ancient knowledge activated by her contact with you. Her visions show she has a role beyond our world. Megan wanted to argue, but another explosion cut the conversation short. The transfer completed. Zintari began moving quickly toward exits, heading for escape tunnels. There, glowing bodies lighting the way, Tala finished her energy reception and ran to Megan. Her small body glowed with stored power. She chirped urgently, pointing toward a descending passage. She's showing us the way to the ship. Kate interpreted. What about her parents? Olivia asked. Nara approached quickly. We have different paths now. The knowledge Tala carries is too important. She has shown us that her destiny lies with you. Take these. She handed them translation devices. They will help you understand. Hershey knows how to operate the old ship. Before they could respond, another explosion rocked the settlement closer this time. The Void Hunters had breached the inner defenses. Go now. Nara pushed them toward the passage. Save yourselves, save Tala, save us all. With heavy hearts, they activated the shield devices and followed Tala into the tunnel. The passage descended steeply into darkness. Only Tala's glowing body provided light. The sounds of destruction faded behind them, replaced by eerie silence. I can't believe we're taking her from her family, Olivia whispered. We're not taking her, Megan said grimly. We're saving her. They're sacrificing everything, including family bonds, to preserve their knowledge. The tunnel ended at a massive door carved with ancient symbols. Tala placed her glowing hands on specific patterns. The door slid open, revealing a cavernous space. Inside sat a spacecraft unlike the crystal structures above. This ship appeared metallic with smooth curves and no sharp edges. It looked ancient, yet somehow timeless. This is Zintari technology, Kate asked, scanning it with her device. Tala chirped a response that their translators interpreted. Old ship from before settlement from homeworld. The ship powered up. As they approached, responding to Tala's presence, door panels opened, revealing an interior space that adjusted as they watched seats forming from the floor controls appearing on surfaces. It's adapting to us, Olivia realized. Changing to accommodate our biology. Tala led them to the control center. The ship's systems activated, showing displays in both Zintari symbols and, surprisingly, something resembling Earth languages. How does it know human writing? Kate wondered, examining the controls. Tala chirped again. The translator struggled but conveyed, "Ship learned star travelers before same body shape, different minds. Other humanoids have used this ship." Megan guessed. It adapts to similar species. They settled into the formed seats. Tala took position at what appeared to be the main controls. Her small hands moved with confidence. Despite her age, she clearly knew this ship. "Can you fly this?" Megan asked. Tala nodded. The ship hummed louder. Ceiling panels above retracted, revealing rock layers. "We're buried deep," Kate observed. "How do we get out?" In answer, the ship began to vibrate. The rock above glowed and seemingly melted away, clearing a path upward. Matter conversion, Olivia guessed, watching readings on a nearby display. Turning solid rock to energy. The ship rose smoothly through the created tunnel. Above, they saw the devastation of the Zintari settlement. Crystal structures lay shattered. Gardens burned. The elder tree was gone. Only a charred crater remained, and moving through the destruction were the Void Hunters, their flowing bodies pursuing fleeing Zintari. Some hunters had already captured aliens, draining the energy they carried, leaving empty husks behind. "They're killing them," Olivia gasped. "No," Megan realized, watching the horrible scene. "Worse, they're consuming them, their essence." Tala chirped sadly but kept the ship rising. The hunters hadn't noticed them yet. Protected by both the ship's technology and their personal shields, they remained invisible. As they reached higher altitude, they saw the full scale of the invasion. The 7 hunter ships had become a network of energy extraction points, their black forms spreading tendrils across the landscape. Wherever they touched, plant life, withered soil turned gray. "They're draining the planet," Kate said, checking ship sensors. "Not just the Zintari energy levels dropping everywhere. We need to contact the Starlight." Megan activated communications. If we can break through the interference, the ship's systems proved more powerful than their scout craft, punching through the hunter jamming field. After several attempts, Captain Laura's face appeared on a display. "Megan, thank goodness we've been trying to reach you. The situation, critical." Megan interrupted. "These creatures are called Void Hunters. They consume energy life force planets. They're already draining this world. We have a Zintari child and vital information about them. We need extraction." "Understood. We've been monitoring the attack. Our weapons are armed, but they can't stop all those ships. Don't engage directly," Kate warned. "That might be what they want, more energy to consume." Laura nodded. Rendezvous at these coordinates. We'll send fighters for cover. As their ship ascended toward space, the hunters finally noticed them. Energy beams lanced upward. Several hit the ship's shields, causing it to shudder, shields holding at 80%. Kate reported, "But multiple hits will drain them," Tala chirped urgently. The ship accelerated faster than they expected, pushing them back in their seats. The planet fell away below them, stars appearing around them, but the hunters weren't giving up. 3 smaller craft launched from the surface, sleek black shapes moving with impossible speed. Pursuit. "Craft," Olivia called out, "closing fast." Tala's hands flew over the controls. The ship responded with defensive measures, energy fields trailing behind them, disrupting the hunters' sensors. But the pursuers adapted quickly, resuming their chase. "Theo, Starlight is just beyond the moon." Megan pointed to scanner readings. "If we can reach them." A hunter beam struck them directly. Alarms sounded throughout the ship. Shields at 40%. Kate reported, "One more direct hit." Tala chirped frantically. The translator conveyed, "Hidden power, activate emergency." "What hidden power?" Megan asked. Instead of answering, Tala pressed a sequence of symbols on the console. The ship's interior lighting changed to deep purple. Energy readings spiked. "Something's happening," Olivia said, checking readings, energy building in the ship's core. Days passed as the Zentari ship carried them through space, following the course Tala had set. They took turns monitoring systems while studying the ship's database, learning what they could about their destination and the wider galaxy. According to these star charts, Kate reported during one of their regular meetings, "We're heading toward a region called the Luminous Expanse. At least that's how the translator interprets it." "What do we know about it?" Megan asked. "Not much." Kate brought up displays showing scattered information. "It contains dozens of inhabited systems connected by some kind of energy network. The Zentari records are old. Most haven't been updated in centuries." Olivia entered from the ship's lower level where they had discovered food production systems. "Tala is feeling better. The ship's medical bay has helped restore some of her energy." The small alien followed behind her, no longer glowing with tree energy, but looking healthier. Her golden eyes seemed brighter, more alert. She chirped a greeting. "She wants to show us something." Olivia translated. They followed Tala to the ship's central chamber where she activated a holographic display. The image showed a massive space station, unlike anything humans had. Imagined sections of it resembled living organisms while others appeared constructed of materials that shifted and changed as they watched. The Nexus. The translator interpreted Tala's explanation, "Where many minds meet, many bodies gather, the center of alliance." "That's our destination?" Megan asked. Tala nodded. The display zoomed out, showing the station orbiting a ringed planet in a system with 3 suns. "The Trihelion system." Kate read from data appearing alongside the image. "Apparently, neutral territory claimed by no single species." Tala continued chirping. The translator struggled with complex concepts but conveyed the essence. "Long ago when hunters first came, many worlds fell, dark spread but some fought back. Formed bond protection. Promise created nexus to share light. Not enough to win. Not enough to end hunters but enough to survive. An alliance for mutual protection." Megan understood. "How many species?" 17. The translator interpreted, 17 who stand together, more who watch, more who hide, and Earth." Olivia asked, "Did they know about humans?" Tala's response came slowly, thoughtfully. "Watched your world, long time young species. Much fighting but much hope waited for right moment for contact." "And you think, we're ready now?" Megan asked. Tala touched her chest, then pointed to each of them. "You saved me. No reason except kindness. Human hearts hold much light, much strength. Alliance needs this." The implications stunned them. Humans had always wondered if other intelligent life existed in the galaxy. Now they learned not only were they not alone, but they were being evaluated, watched as they developed. How much longer until we reach this nexus? Kate asked, checking navigation. 3 days, Olivia read, from displays assuming current speed. Megan considered their situation. We should make sure we understand Zintari history and what Tala carries in her memories. We'll be representing not just ourselves, but all of humanity. They spent the next days in intensive study, Tala sharing everything she could about the Alliance. The ship's database contained historical records going back thousands of years, images and descriptions of dozens of species, some resembling Earth life forms, others completely alien. The hunters aren't the only threat, Kate discovered while reviewing records. There are others. The Void Echelon, the Mind Eaters. The database mentions conflicts across multiple fronts. A galaxy at war, Megan said soberly. And Earth has been completely unaware. Maybe that protected us, Olivia suggested. Being unknown, isolated, not anymore. Megan gestured to scanner readings. We've entered Alliance space, look. The displays showed other ships moving along defined routes. Energy, signatures pulsing between worlds. Beacons transmitting data in patterns similar to the one that had first drawn them to the Zintari world. Tala grew more excited as they approached their destination. She spent hours at the controls communicating. With unseen entities, the ship responded to commands they hadn't discovered, changing configuration and energy signatures. She's identifying us to Alliance outposts, Kate realized, making sure we're not seen as threats. On the 3rd day they entered, the Trihelion system. The 3 suns created spectacular light patterns, illuminating the rings of the central planet with rainbow colors. The Nexus station came into view exactly as shown in the hologram, but far more impressive in reality, it dwarfed. Any space structure humans had imagined sections rotated independently, creating artificial gravity, while others remained stationary. Living sections with gardens visible through massive windows connected to technological hubs that pulsed with energy. Dozens of ships moved around it, some resembling organic creatures, others clearly mechanical. Many defied easy description, neither alive nor machine, but something in between. It's incredible, Olivia whispered, like a city in space. More than a city, Megan said, watching activity patterns, a civilization. Their ship received automated guidance directing it toward a docking area. Tala chirped excitedly, explaining through the translator. Council waits. Sentinels watch first contact protocol. Activated. They know we're human, Kate asked. They know we come with Zintari. Tala's translation explained. They know hunters attacked. They wait to hear what happened. The ship docked with surprising gentleness, systems interfacing with the station. The airlock cycled, showing atmosphere compatible with both human and Zintari biology. Ready? Megan asked, looking at her companions. Kate and Olivia nodded, though their expressions showed the same mix of excitement and apprehension. She felt Tala move to stand between them, her small hand reaching up to hold Megan's. Together, the translator conveyed her chirps, show Alliance human strength, Zintari wisdom, both needed now. The airlock opened, revealing a reception area. Unlike the utilitarian airlocks of human ships, this space welcomed visitors. Plants grew along walls that seemed partly alive. Water flowed in channels, creating soothing sounds, and waiting for them stood representatives of the Alliance. 3 different species arranged, in a semicircle. The central figure towered over the others, nearly 8 feet tall, with crystalline skin that refracted light. Its body had a humanoid shape, but with 6 limbs, each ending in hands with too many fingers. Its head had no visible eyes, but patterns of light moved across its surface. To its right stood a being that seemed almost human, except for golden skin that shifted like flowing metal and eyes that contained galaxies. No irises, just swirling stars against black backgrounds. Its smile seemed genuine, if slightly too wide. The 3rd representative surprised them most. It appeared almost entirely like a large Earth octopus, suspended in a floating water globe that hovered at eye level, tentacles occasionally touching control panels on the containment sphere. Its skin changed colors as they watched. Welcome to Nexus. The tall crystalline being spoke, the words appearing in their minds, rather than being heard. I am Sentinel Zarkaresh of the Luminar Council. The human-like being stepped forward. I am Emissary Tia of the Solari. We receive you with hope in dark times. The octopus-like creature's sphere moved closer. Its tentacle touched a panel, and words formed in light. Archiver Multek of the Aquari welcomes truth speakers and knowledge bearers. Tala stepped forward, chirping a formal greeting that needed no translation. The Alliance representatives responded with gestures that conveyed respect. We have received fragments of communication from Zintari outposts. Sentinel. Zarkaresh's thoughts entered their minds. We know of the Hunter attack, but not the full truth. You bring a child of the Harmony people, and you are of Earth. A world not yet in formal contact. Megan stepped forward. I am Megan Taylor. This is Kate, Chen and Olivia Nguyen. We represent the human exploration ship Starlight. We encountered the Zintari people, responded to their distress, and witnessed the Hunter attack. Their settlement is destroyed, their people scattered. Sadness emanated from the crystalline being. Another world suffers the hunger, yet you escaped with knowledge and with the princess. Princess. Megan looked down at Tala in surprise. Tala chirped an explanation. The translator conveyed, Daughter of Harmony Council. First. Line Energy Keeper. Not told humans help without knowing status, better test of heart. You saved her not knowing her importance. Tia. The Solari noted her star-filled eyes examining them, acting solely from compassion. This confirms what some have observed about your species. Archiver Multek's light words formed. The child carries tree knowledge, ancient patterns, irreplaceable, must be preserved. Yes. Sentinel Zarkaresh agreed. But first we must understand all that has occurred. You will share memories with the Council. What followed was unlike anything the humans had experienced. They were escorted deeper into the Nexus through corridors that seemed to shift and change as they walked, sometimes appearing technological, sometimes organic, often both. The station hummed with activity. Members of species they couldn't begin to categorize moved about their business. Some nodded in greeting, others stared in obvious curiosity. They reached a circular chamber where 7 more beings waited, representing different council species. Each more strange than the last one appeared to be living fire contained in a mechanical frame. Another resembled an insect the size of a horse with dozens of compound eyes. A third seemed to be a cloud of mist given vague shape. The High Council of Nexus Zarkaresh introduced them. They will receive your testimony.